Good afternoon and welcome to Purchase Broadcast Studios. I'm Lauren Hagan.
And I'm Denze Chukwu.
We've got a great show for you today.
From student government elections to the opening of Broadview to Women's History Month, our lineup today covers topics both on and off campus. Let's dig in.
A few weeks ago, the Purchase Student Government, also known as the PSGA, held its annual elections. Next year's elected members promised to tackle pressing issues such as transparency and communication. They also hope to engage more students as voter turnout this year was very low.
To learn more about this issue, we sent Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Sophia Castro Astor out on the scene. Here's what she found.
On February 21st through the 23rd, Purchase College held its annual PSGA elections. Elected students have the power to speak directly to the administration and organize meetings and events. It's a great chance for the student body to elect people who they believe will make a change. There's only one problem, though. It's been hard to get students to vote. Each student gets an email reminding them to vote, and it could be done online within a few minutes. This election, only around 300 people voted out of our 3,000 plus student body. To see how the PSJ feels about this, I spoke with our current president, Melanie Nelson.
There's always the few students that I feel like really care, and they show up to every single one of them, but then there's like the 50 other students or the 100 other students have been complaining about it, and I'm like, come please, this is the one time for like an hour of your day, please come. And they just don't, and I'm like, damn. One way we've been trying to really kind of work on that is just better advertisement. It's really hard with like just all the different channels, and some people check Instagram, some people check their email, some people don't check anything at all. Like it's really hard, and we're trying. We're also doing like physical flyers as well, just trying to have as many possible options for people to be aware of what's happening.
Still, the low participation didn't affect Melanie much because she won. But I spoke with a student to see why so many people don't care to vote.
I voted for Melanie, and I voted because I feel like everyone should vote, even if it doesn't, even if it seems like it's not a big deal. Just feel like people don't really know what the PSGA does, or why it's important. Like me, I honestly don't really know. But I feel like it is important, I just don't really pay attention to it because I'm not really involved in the school.
Melanie's opponent, Ethan Roselle, felt that larger voter turnout may have swayed the election in his favor. He also thinks more could have been done to get the attention of the student body.
Campaigning was really interesting because at first the days were shorter. The days to campaign were shorter. I thought that was very interesting because it's like we need a full week to campaign so people will get to know us, because already some people don't know PSGA. And I was like, that's kind of bad, because if we do elections, no one's really going to participate in the vote other than the people that know about, PSGA. So let's try to get the general public,
As of right now, though, the easiest way to keep up with the PSJ is through their Instagram, @PurchaseSGA, where they post about voting, campaigning, and events. They also regularly ask for student feedback. Be sure to keep an eye out for the next election. This has been Sophia Castro Astor, and thanks for watching Purchase Broadcast News.
In 2011, land was bought by Broadview on Purchase College grounds. In the fall of 2023, Broadview Senior Living at Purchase College welcomed its first residents. Today, students are more intrigued than ever about having a senior living facility on a college campus.
Our own Lauren Hagan joined brunch at Broadview to hear how things are going and what the relationship with Purchase may look like in the future.
2 decades after the concept first began to take shape, Broadview Senior Living at Purchase College has finally opened up and residents are moving in. According to the Broadview website, this retirement community will not only serve the needs of a growing senior population in the greater Westchester County area, but also provide unique opportunities for intergenerational learning, creativity, and mentoring. With students being curious about what exactly has been going on at Broadview, I decided to join the staff and residents for their Sunday brunch to learn more about their experience thus far and their hopes for the future.
We want to be able to mentor the young people and show them good work ethic, show them how to give the best service. They can learn different things from us and we can learn from them. So we want to continue that partnership.
This is what I've always imagined I wanted, to be amongst people that have similar likes and dislikes. This is a very open community, very friendly, and I enjoy being able to do what I'm interested in and allow my husband to pursue his interests independently.
Broadview has been a really wonderful experience for us. We thought a lot about it before coming, and clearly it's starting up and getting going now, but there's so many parts of it that we hadn't expected would be as wonderful as it really is, especially the people. They're all very interesting, and they have wonderful backgrounds. They've lived a long time, and they have much to share.
Not only are the residents enjoying their time at Broadview so far, but student staff members have been enjoying this opportunity to not only work on the campus, but get to know the residents as well.
Everyone's really nice. It's actually like a really, really positive environment, one of the best places that I've worked in. And I'm not just saying that, like it genuinely is. Everyone is very nice to each other.
I think it's nice to be able to speak to somebody that has more, I'd say, wisdom than we do, because sometimes we need an older voice to help us out.
Many residents are hoping to interact with more students, join some campus classes, and not only teach the younger generation, but to learn from them as well in the upcoming months.
I'd love to see people come, interact, talk with us about our experiences, and I'd like to learn from your generation what's important and what you would like to see where our country is going.
I hope to participate in mentoring and being mentored. As Bonnie said, we're interested in what the younger generation cares about. Hopefully it's the same things that we care about.
Ultimately, I hope to A, audit classes, B, perhaps teach a little bit myself, and C, get to know more of the students, maybe mentor somebody.
I'm hoping to get involved with music because that's important to me, and I know last night we did go to hear a big band concert, and the fact that it's right here and that we can just go over for an hour and enjoy student performances, it's very special.
From Purchase Broadcast Studios, I'm Lauren Hagan. Back to you guys in the studio. Tenze, did you know that Purchase College Newberger Museum is celebrating 50 years in 2024?
Wow.
The museum was a part of the plan developed by New York's then Governor Nelson Rockefeller. Meetings in 1967 to 69 were held with the governor and Roy R. Newberger, who was one of the century's greatest private art collectors. This resulted in the development of the museum during the construction of SUNY Purchase campuses. Newberger initially pledged 300 works of art to fund what we now know as the Newberger Museum of Art, which opened in May of 1974. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Daniel Maloney filed this report.
Students at Purchase College are surrounded by beautiful nature and grounds with sculptures wherever you look. The SUNY Purchase campus was designed by architect Edward Larrabee Barnes, who had envisioned a modernized academic village based on Thomas Jefferson's plan for the University of Virginia in Charlottesville. When groundbreaking for the campus construction started in 1969, the first building to be built would ultimately become home of the Newberger Museum. When the building first opened in 1971, it was used for classrooms, the library, the faculty offices. In May of 1974, the building opened to the public as the Newberger Museum of Art. The museum is presently celebrating the 50th anniversary with 4 shows specific to the formation of the Newberger. The Promised Gift opened in January of this year and highlighted some of the initial works gifted to Purchase from Newberger. 1969 through 1974 was the second show, featuring information about the development and design of the museum. Threnody is presently showing, and it features the work of artist Cleve Gray, who was commissioned to create the work for the opening of the museum back in 1974. The Threnody piece fills the largest rear space in the museum, being 250 feet long, with floor-to-ceiling artwork. Tracy Fitzpatrick, the executive director of the Newberger, joined us and welcomes you to come to the museum.
Threnody is a really special project. It is a giant painting that fills our theater gallery. It's 5,000 square feet, multiple panels, goes all the way up to the ceiling, and it is site-specific to the theater gallery. So, meaning it was painted very specifically for that gallery by the artist Cleve Gray.
We were also able to meet Melissa Scheinheit, who also worked at the museum and shared with us the following.
My favorite part about working in the museum is the same thing that has been my favorite part everywhere I've worked, which is working with experts in their field, learning from them, and gaining a new appreciation for the artworks that I get to see every day.
Everyone is welcome to come and spend some time at the Newburgh Museum of Art on campus of SUNY Purchase. It is an amazing space filled with some of the finest and unique art found anywhere. This is Daniel Maloney reporting for Purchase Broadcast Studios.
Black Magic is an event put together by Student Osiris in which artists of all forms, including poets, musicians, comedians, dancers, etc., come together to put on a show.
The event took place during the last day of Black History Month in February with hopes of continuing its tradition in the years to come.
Black Magic event takes place every year in Black History Month. This year it took place at the Humanities Theater. Students of color come together to showcase their talents.
Hola, hello. Happy Dominican Independence Day. You know what's up with it?
Performer Raina Elaine was interviewed for her performance.
The first process was trying to find a song because I didn't know what to sing at all. And I was like, what should I sing? Like, I was asking my friends, I was asking people that I know, like, what should I sing? Sing with me. You know this one? You made it number one. And then I was like, why not Mariah Carey, who's like been one of the most staple people in my life as a musician. And I was just like, you know what, I can sing Mariah Carey. And also like the song I perform with Always My Baby is my mother's favorite song. So I just went with something that's like kind of home for me. Why I performed is because not only is it about showcasing your talent as a black artist, I'm a black artist, and it's a bunch of beautiful people who are black, who is kind of like black celebration as well as a performance style for people to showcase what they got. You know, come out here, have fun, party, listen to good music, good poetry, and showcase like what is your art.
42 hours for pretty pills. You took them once and they took you. Still resigned to the barrettes and bobos, chocolate milk lacking the charm in the skin.
You ever been so full that you couldn't imagine ever asking anybody for a bite of their food? You ever been so full?
I like to perform just because, I don't know, I like the preparation that comes before the performance. I like to practice and finally get to that end piece where I feel like this is something I can share with people. Especially because I usually perform music or poetry, and, you know, I just like to share art.
I want to help you out, want to be the one that's not my fault. And it's true, it's for me, couldn't see this too long, make it hard to see.
I chose to perform at this event because Osiris put on this show last year, and it was at D Hall before, and it was such a beautiful show. You know, people came in and they were just coming to eat, and then they saw the show going on, and every performer was super talented, and it just felt like community. And so it was just a beautiful show, and I was excited to be a part of that again, especially here in the Humanities Theater where it's like an actual venue. So yeah, just for the vibes, you know, because I did it last year.
March is Women's History Month, a time to celebrate the achievements and contributions of women throughout history. On campus, numerous clubs and events have been organized to commemorate this special month. One such event was hosted by Central RA. Isabella Pisa, residents of the first year building, gathered to write letters to a significant woman in their lives, expressing gratitude for their influence and impact.
While women were the focal point of the event welcomed all, providing an opportunity for residents and friends to gather, bond, and craft heartfelt letters. In addition to honoring special women, it forged new connections and friendships, enriching the community spirit. As we get further into March and rapidly approach the end of the month, it is important to take a moment and remember the women in our lives who helped us become who we are today.
The month of March is extremely important because it's Women's History Month, a month that reaffirms the value of women's experiences and contributions to society, while also advocating for gender equality and inclusivity. It's a time to honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire future generations to continue the pursuit of equality and justice for all. At the Central Residency Building, students have taken a unique approach to celebrate Women's History Month. Recently, an event hosted by Isabella Pisa, a resident assistant, has stirred up some heartfelt sentiments among first-year students residing in the Central dorms.
I'm hosting a program for Women's History Month. It's designing and creating a letter for a woman in your life that is really meaningful to you, very powerful in your life, someone that you admire and look up to.
Gathering in Lounge B, students partook in an activity created by Isabella herself.
So this is the letter I wrote to my mom, actually. I'm sending it out later today. I decorated it, I added a picture of my family, and yeah, it holds a lot of memories to us as well. I wrote a lot of meaningful things to her, just so she can remember how much she means to me.
While the event centered around honoring women, it welcomed everyone. It wasn't merely about acknowledging the past, but about cultivating connections in the present and enriching the community spirit on campus, and more importantly, in the Central dorms.
I wanted to just write a letter, and I thought it'd be fun and meet new people, which I have, and I'm having a great time. So it was a really good idea. I'm happy I came.
I came to this event because it's one of my best friends. She's an RA, and she asked me to come, and I thought it was a really beautiful thing that she was doing. She wanted to mainly do women empowerment and write letters to them and telling them how much we love them and how much they mean to us.
As March progresses and the end of the month looms closer, events such as this serve as a reminder to pause and reflect on the women who have shaped our lives. Whether it's a mentor, a family member, or a friend, Women's History Month encourages us to recognize and appreciate all of the invaluable contributions of women in our lives, shaping us into who we are today.
Last week, LGBTQU hosted a sticker making event where they taught attendees how to make creative stickers using common materials. Students spent an hour cutting and pasting to make their own DIY decor.
Purchase's LGBTQ union meets here every Monday in the Multicultural Center. Open to both community members and allies, the club provides a safe space for students to participate in group activities and meet new friends on campus. Last week, they hosted a DIY craft event, giving members the opportunity to create unique stickers using just parchment paper and packing tape. Attendees chose from a wide variety of sticker designs, ranging from LGBT in-jokes to affirmations and political statements. Club leader Alex guided participants while crafting stickers of his own.
Tape down on parchment paper first, and then the paper, for whichever sticker you want to make, you put down on top of that piece of tape on the parchment paper. Okay.
I am president of LGBTQU because the Multicultural Center did feminist sticker making since it's Women's History Month, and I thought it would be a great idea to have queer and trans sticker making at this club meeting. Yes. I made a sticker that says, "Another day, another sleigh." And I made a sticker that says, "I'm fine," but then it will be auto-corrected to gay. And I am gay, so.
We went inside Broadview to look at how the residents and student workers are doing, but how do the students feel about the community more broadly?
Purchase College says by including the home on campus, they are bridging the gap between generations, but not all students feel that way. Molly Baker asked students' opinions.
We're living in two completely different worlds on campus. You walk down the loop and you see this decadent establishment of all these fancy houses, and you see all their appliances outside that are big and fancy. And in our apartment here, I feel like we have so many issues. Our neighbor's roof caved in. We have a hole in our roof. All our appliances are really bad. They're extremely outdated.
Does including a retirement home on campus make you feel safer?
No, but it doesn't make me feel more unsafe. It's just like a weird kind of addition. Like why?
I had not heard of them opening, actually, until today. I had zero clue that was happening. So clearly there's been no actual impact on student living. Everything is just as expensive and everything is just as broken.
Do you feel safe at Purchase? And if not, why?
Yes and no. My peers are okay, and we have our own places to live. No, as in the school department doesn't really do well at keeping us safe.
Do you think Purchase College or any college campus is suitable for bridging the gap between generations? So essentially like suitable for a retirement home to be on campus?
I don't think we are. I think that the developers and whoever said yes to doing this contract clearly did not evaluate the demographic of our school and clearly didn't evaluate the demographic of the people moving into Broadview. We've had, same with UPD, there's no bridging the gap. Everyone has had a bad experience with them and they're older than us.
UPD tend to focus on the wrong things to take care of. And when it comes down to what's really important, they don't do anything.
I even overheard people who were just visiting campus who are older being extremely condescending to students when they're the ones who are visiting our campus, eating our food, coming to our place. So although it's a public space, it's almost like they feel very entitled to coming to our space and putting their own values and opinions into it.
Do you remember when that nude print was stolen?
Yes.
By an old guy? Like, do you think that by including this on campus, it's making it easier for situations like that to happen again?
100%. After we had that incident, if they're gonna have around the same age people come live near us, I think they should check into like who they are, if they're stable, if it's gonna be okay. We're adults trying to find our own way into the world. We don't need to have a whole other generation in our way, kind of maybe keeping us from being ourselves or trying to find ourselves because we don't want to be judged or anything.
On February 29th, 2024, the sleepy Long Island town of Babylon woke up to something that no one would ever have expected, as kids walking to school found the remains of a person in a local park. This incident, which has been believed to be caused by a love triangle, has caused outrage and controversy across Long Island and has steamed debate about the state's recent bail reforms. Here's Ben Lind on the scene with more.
Tuesday, February 29th, Village of Babylon, South Pond. On that day, middle schoolers coming home or walking to school were disturbed to find the remains of a human being in the woods. Through an investigation, it was found out that it was a love triangle incident where the partner was killed from Yonkers. Though the park is reopened, some are still shocked to find out about the recent killings.
Not feel safe walking alone here.
Though the park has come up, it has called into controversy due to their previous legal history, along with how this is a contentious area with the possibility of development. Though the greatest controversy is the proposed bail reform that allow judges to decide the bail proposed by the governor, which has sent many people in controversy.
Newscast and regarding all the changing the codes for the dumping of dismembered body parts. They want to keep the people in jail. They don't want to release them without bail anymore, so they're trying to change them codes, and it was right back over there. So
I think that the elected judges should be given a little bit more leeway in determining whether or not they feel that a person should be held on bail. I think that that's their job, and I think that sometimes higher government officials micromanaging that might not be in the best interest of the people or the court system.
Along with their previous arrested, they're now arrested.
Circumstances, which is why I think that the judge should have more say in it, because I think that there are certain circumstances where people might not need to be held in prison or with bail But I think that that's really something that somebody who studies the law has a better knowledge of than I do. So I think that they should be the people making that decision.
Though this was a tragic incident and leads into the politics of the region and the debate around it. From Ben, live.
In the tight-knit Cortlandt Manor community known as Cortlandt Colony, situated just off of Baker Street, tension rises as the 15 homes on streets neighboring the community face exclusion from Cortlandt Colony's recreational facilities. Denied membership, they struggle with the community's desire for privacy and concerns about overcrowding.
Inside Cortlandt Colony, residents defend exclusively, with those outside question fairness. More on this from Purchase broadcast correspondent Dominic Esposito.
Cortlandt Colony, established in 1946, a private community consisting of 69 residents. Houses situated within Cortlandt Colony are able to enjoy several amenities in a quaint, family-oriented setting. It is located in Mohegan Lake, New York. It was once a summer community with bungalows, but as the years progressed, the bungalows were converted into year-round homes. One of the staples in the community is the large pool. A popular year-round activity is the basketball court, and when the weather is nice, you will always see kids playing.
So, after school, I usually come into the park to play basketball. I enjoy playing my friends, and I usually always win because they're really bad. But yeah, it's just a fun place to hang out, so.
For residents in the two streets outside of Cortlandt Colony, there is disappointment as they are unable to use the community amenities, leaving residents upset.
I don't think it's fair. Like, you have the line is behind all these houses, so people on that side of the street can go, but people on this side of the street. I think that they should just move the line over to Route 6 to include the whole community and just make it available to more people.
Residents have complained for years that adjusting the community line by just a few hundred feet could include the remaining 15 houses currently left out.
Let's say if you wanted to play basketball, instead of just going 30 seconds over there, you got to drive 10 minutes away, and I don't think adding the rest of the community is really going to make too much demand.
The benefit of including these homes would be more funding. As you can see, the amenities need to be upgraded.
So even though, I do understand that, some people are right outside the boundary, I would like to let them come in. However, we can't because, if we let one of them join, then we have to let all of them, and I think it could create some problems with unfairness.
Residents within Cortlandt Colony want to keep the community exclusive to the full-time residents.
I think that there can become a problem with future overcrowding if we do let people come in because, let's say you have your own community pool and then I have my own community pool. Well, should I let them come into my pool? I don't know about that because, I don't want to have a problem where there's too many people that shouldn't be there because, it just ruins our community pool.
Expanding the community has been contentious and continues to be debated.
I think that having more access to the local park would benefit the community because you get more people outside instead of having to get their mom to drive them somewhere or something. You can just ride your bike down the street.
Cortlandt Colony and the two adjacent streets hope to have a productive discussion before the summer season starts.
And that's our show today. I'm Lauren Hagan.
And I'm Denze Chukwu.
Thanks for watching.